Project Apollo, NASA's mission to the moon in 1961. President John F. Kennedy spoke to the American people and promised that the United States would land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. America's goal was to show the world that it had the best technology and was the most powerful nation. On July 20, 1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon, and astronaut Neil Armstrong was the first human to put a foot on the lunar surface. Before the Apollo project began, NASA's Mercury and Gemini programs put astronauts into an orbit around the Earth. But Project Apollo was a very difficult and different mission. NASA needed a powerful rocket that could escape the Earth's gravity and travel all the way to the moon. After Kennedy's speech, NASA started work on such a rocket. The Saturn V booster was finished in 1967. It was the greatest rocket ever built. The Apollo spacecraft was made up of 3 parts. The command module was main part. It was where the astronauts lived during the trip to the moon. It had all the instruments and computers that were needed for such a mission, and it was the only part of the spacecraft that returned to Earth. The service module had its own rockets. They were used to slow down the Apollo spacecraft when it entered the moon's orbit. Without these rockets, the spacecraft would be too fast and fly right past the moon. The third part of the Apollo spacecraft was the lunar module. It was rather small and had legs that looked like a spider's. When the astronauts got into the moon's orbit, they separated the lunar module and flew it down to the moon's surface. The landing craft had 2 parts. The lower part was used for slowing it down so